evening, Rowan. It's the 26th of October 2015 and it's just after midnight, and since I haven't turned into a pumpkin yet, I'm making you another video. And I want to reassure you, because I know you'll be fretting about it, that I haven't been out seducing any priests today, because I know you're terribly concerned about my virtue. So you can relax. I stayed in all day. So this evening we're going to have a Spanish lesson. Well, not a Spanish lesson as such, I'm just going to comment on the two Spanish words that you used in your bizarre lecture about Teresa of Avila and Thomas Merton. Well, first of all, you pronounced Teresa in the Spanish way, Teresa. I suppose that's to try and give the impression that you have some special insight into her that other English speakers don't. Anyway, so you use these two words that you pronounce correctly and define correctly, and they are alumbrado and beata. And these refer to groups of people who were only in Spain at that time. They're a Spanish phenomenon. They were knocking around in Spain at the time of Teresa. And if you read any books in English about Teresa, or about St John of the Cross, or about other historical figures from that period of time, or about Spanish history, then you'll find these Spanish words there: alumbrado, an enlightened one, and beata, a blessed woman. So what I'm saying really is, you've never opened a book in Spanish in your life, have you? You've got these words from English books. Because we don't have words in English for alumbrados and beatas, because we didn't have them in Britain. So there aren't any words in English, there aren't equivalent words to explain this Spanish phenomena. So that's why they use these Spanish words in English books. There's also a couple of other words that immediately sprang to mind: converso and morisco, which you find in books about Spain of this era as well, because there were vast swathes of people converting from Judaism to Christianity, and they were called conversos. And there were vast numbers of Muslims converting from Islam to Christianity, and they were called moriscos. And we didn't have this phenomenon in Britain, so we don't have words for a kind of a group of people like this, for vast swathes of people who'd converted particularly from these two religions. If someone converted from Judaism to Christianity, we would have just called them a convert, or said he used to be a Jew or something like that, because it wasn't a social phenomenon. And there is an equivalent in English history, actually. We had Lollards in England before the Reformation, from about the mid-14th century to the Reformation, so roughly around the same point in history. And these were the followers, initially the followers of John Wycliffe, and they wanted to reform the Catholic Church, and some of the things that they wanted were the same ideas that later proponents of the Reformation in Northern Europe put forward. They were the same, similar arguments anyway, a lot of them. And they didn't have Lollards in Spain. And I haven't checked, but I'm guessing that there isn't a word for Lollard in Spanish. So I'm guessing if I had to speak about the Lollards in Spanish for any reason, I'd have to use the English word, because they didn't have Lollards in Spain. So a person in Spain could use the word Lollard about an English phenomenon and not know another word of English. So that's my point, really, that you haven't demonstrated any knowledge of Spanish either. You've used a couple of Spanish words which you've been careful to pronounce correctly and define correctly, but you would have found these words and their definitions in English books about Saint Teresa. You've never opened a book in Spanish in your life. Anyway, that's my Spanish lesson for this evening. I hope you like the little poem there, which is on page 4 of my thesis, and it's one of the stanzas, the third stanza of St John of the Cross' spiritual canticle, and it's in my thesis because the main title of my thesis is taken from the last line of that stanza, Beyond Strong Men and Frontiers. So perhaps you could have a look at that and learn Spanish overnight. Anyway, you know what I'm going to say next, don't you? You never know. You never know the day. So be alert. So have a nice week, and there'll be more videos coming soon. Hasta luego.